Hello, it is June 17th and it is time for Wednesday Connections. As you and I continue to live in this time of taking extra care and caution because of the coronavirus, many of us have turned to the hobbies and things that feed our souls. I've heard about long hikes through the woods and knitting and all kinds of things. I've heard stories also about quilts being made, some really cool ones to honor different occasions. I hear that your yards are looking better than normal this year and that there's some new vegetable gardens emerging and new recipes being cooked and knitting, and the list goes on and on and on. I enjoy so many of the things I just mentioned, and as you probably already know, Greg and I especially enjoy sailing in our sailboat on these gorgeous waters that we live close by to. But one of my biggest passions is I love to go to movies. I love going to a movie with a friend or oftentimes with Greg, and then we would sit down with a cup of coffee or a cup of tea and begin to discuss the movie and the meanings and all the implications for our lives in the movie that we just watched. I'll have to tell you though, one of my favorite movies of all time is called Milk. It's a 2008 film, and it is a biographical film based upon the life of Harvey Milk. And he was a gay rights activist and a politician. Harvey Milk's election to public office was hard for some who believed that a gay person should not be in any form of leadership. The film is full of strong and wise and loving people who stand up against the bigotry and hate. However, in the end, Harvey Milk is shot. He's assassinated by a man who feared his message of hope. As we live in this time of navigating a worldwide pandemic with the virus, as well as an uprising about the racism that is rampant in our country, I think it fitting that we remember today, and all days actually, the life of Harvey Milk as well, and for what he represented. This entire month of June is Pride Month, a month when we highlight and remember the struggle of our LGBTQ brothers and sisters who have and still have that struggle of being accepted fully for who they are and how God created them to be. And so today on this Wednesday, I want to tell you that as we continue to try to find ways to be the church, to be the light of Christ in this hurting world, I want you to remember the beautiful statement we make at Garden Street in being a reconciling congregation. Meaning we especially welcome lesbian, gay, bisexual, transsexual, and queer into our community. And while we as a congregation are unable to be with one another in person right now, I encourage you to reach out to all of your LGBTQ people in your lives. Let them know that you are thinking of them in this month of June, Pride Month. I share with you a few lines from Harvey Milk's Hope speech that was given on June 25th, 1978. If you want to look up that speech on the computer, it is so inspirational and so applicable to life today as well. But there's just a few lines in this speech that especially jump out at me. He said, "I can't forget the looks on faces of people who have lost hope. Be they gay, be they senior citizens, be they blacks looking for an almost impossible job, be they Latinos trying to explain their problems and aspirations in a tongue that's foreign to them. I personally will never forget that people are more important than buildings." Those few lines from Harvey Milk's Hope speech contain so much instruction for us in our lives of faith. As we live in these times of uncertainty, I invite you to lean into the baptismal vows of the United Methodist Church. Those vows that I'm wearing on this t-shirt today, the vows that say, resist evil, injustice, and oppression in whatever forms they present themselves. May we, may you, and may I live these vows as we be the light of Christ in a hurting world right now, so in need of God's light. I'll see you soon, friends, and that's it for now. And I want to encourage you, continue to be good to one another. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.